do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, people of Earth, welcome to Operation Guarantee. And also, Truth Talks Live, the reality talk show, where we get into the most important, vital topics about life itself. And you get to take part in the comments and even join our Truth Talks chats. Join into one of these chat rooms that we're in right now, completely free at any time, and make your own Truth Talks. And you can do that at truthtalkschats.com, or you can head on over to truthtalksforum.com, our new social network, better than all the other social networks that don't censor you, or that they censor you. We don't censor you. We don't block you. We don't ban you. We don't call it misinformation. All right, so join us, Truth Talks Forum. We're going to let Pete take it away. Peter, tell him what you got, man.
I got a couple things. It depends on what we're talking about. We talking about prophecy. We're talking about spirituality. What you got?
Well, let's just start with how about this? You go on the internet. This is where it was kind of where we started earlier. I want to kind of repeat that conversation for everybody if we can. You go on the internet, you choose in your religious preference or your spiritual preference. You can
Okay.
put whatever you want, but there's a place there on a lot of social networks. It says spiritual, not religious. And that's what we are. Spiritual, not religious. But, even spirituality is what, is the definition of what a religion is. But
Right.
imagine this. They find out that you don't fall for religions, you don't get deceived about who's God, and you're spiritual on the path to truth because you said spiritual, not religious. Now, if the CIA or the other intelligence agencies, the governments that are satanically controlled that persecute people or work to catch wind of that information, what do you think? Yeah, and do you have anything to say about that, Peter?
I think they kind of have their own means of getting rid of certain people as far as that goes. But I think the main point is what they're trying to do is just try to keep us external.
So
Um,
outside from within.
so basically outside. They're
Because
trying
every
to keep you on the outside. Yeah, trying to keep you on the outside.
Uh,
So
earlier we were talking about how, exactly what you just said, where they're trying to keep you looking for God externally, and they're trying to, have you, work for them, and their Satanism, their Antichristism, their ego, the illusion of separation. And we were talking about how someone like Ra has his law of one, but he's being called the Antichrist. But let's say Ra, who is apparently he was known as Nimrod or Marduk, Marduk. I don't know if I pronounced that right, or Merodach,
yeah,
Gilgamesh, Evil Merodach, Mars, Horus, Tammuz, Roman Jesus, and many other names. So let's say they became Ra, that's Ra, the one-eyed Antichrist, or let's say he's Christ, and they lied about him, one way or another. They say the law of one is the law of one, and I say, they contradict themselves in the same sentence because they go around attacking people, persecuting people, or, they keep life divided between good and evil and all that stuff, while simultaneously saying, we're all one being. So then how is there an Antichrist? How is there a Satan? How is there anything? If you're saying we're all one being, why would you do the the races, right? So if you look it up, you'll see Ra claimed to be a self-created being, or he created humanity. He created the planet. That Ra is God of Earth. That Ra
yeah,
is Lucifer. Ra is Satan. That he's God of the world. 2 Corinthians 4:4 says it in the Bible. You know, and what does that mean, guys? What does that mean when you want to talk about it in the comments? What does it mean to know that?
Have you seen that video with I think what was his name? David Woodcock? It says he channels Raw, channels
Yeah, a lot of people
the
say they
god of
channel
Raw.
Ra. I used to think Ra was the good guy, and I still don't know if he is or not. But according to
Yeah,
my research, and other people's, he's the one they call the Antichrist,
right.
or the false father, and the father and the son are one. He's Ra, Isis,
Is
Rael, Israel. He's the
yeah,
God of Israel,
right.
not the true Father, heavenly God. And that goes back to, about Brahma,
Right.
So that's Hinduism. If you check out the Galactic Federation that the government works with the United Nations ushering the New World Order right now,
Yep.
the extraterrestrials, the light beings, the ascended masters, what's it, the Saint Germain Foundation's closely with them, Nasara's closely with them, and, all this extraterrestrial integration is said to be actually fallen angelic Luciferian integration of these races or races that are created by him.
Right. That's why music is such a big tool to them. Yes. Yeah. It's their tool that they use against us. Like it's not so much against us, but it is against us, because I don't know if you've seen that video with Ice Cube yet, where he says all the people who own the label companies own all these prisons. So
They say there's a hashtag. I just saw it. United Nations for Islam, or United Nations in Islam.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, Islam's Israel, right? Or is it something else? Are they
I'm
like?
not sure.
I think
Not sure
they're
about
closely related. Islamic is that Jewish, or is that Islamic something else? Sorry, guys. But
I'm
either
not.
way, we have the Vatican, we have the crown, we have all this stuff, and we have something we want to talk about here, guys. You know about the checkerboard, the black and the white? Check out the Super Bowl, and you'll see the Freemasonic compass and the big G in the middle, and the checkerboard. Now, what's the
Right.
checkerboard? The checkerboard is the programming of the box. The checkerboard is the box they put you in. It is everything's left or right, black or white, and that's it. It's red or blue. It's this or that. It's oversimplified. It's overgeneralized. Don't get into the details. See the surface and what they said the surface is, not what
Right.
it actually is. And that's how they got us with racism, with religions, with politics, with everything all throughout time was with division, where they take the truth, they take what's real, and they make the opposite out of it and make opposing sides that are still, they oppose each other. So you think one way's right and one way's wrong, but they
Right.
oppose the truth and what's right and real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
They
in
got
a Democratic Republican nation, you'll fight about what's better, Democrats or Republicans. You
right.
need both. Divided house cannot stand, right?
I don't. Yeah. No. That's how it works.
When they point
There's a
at the
guy who
Pope
explains it.
and say that is a holy man, and they point at the crown and the satanic bloodline and say that that's the royal holy bloodline of real God. Now you know why they programmed you to have that checkerboard mentality, huh? When they say all vaccines are safe and effective, now you know why.
Well, Israel proved that it was like 42% effective. But
The Vatican is the holy.
I think it's not exactly what it was when it was originally established.
The name itself says
Second
Isis,
time.
the whore of Babylon, Semiramis, the consort of the Antichrist, Ra, the Antichrist, and El, Saturn, Satan. Their names are the name Israel. Israel is their names. The devil, the false prophet, or the false Christ, false savior, Ra, the Antichrist, and the consort, Semiramis, Isis, whoever she is.
Yeah.
So the whole time, since day one, their names were on it. Were on that nation.
Right. Well, it wasn't God's nation. Like that symbol is not
This
God's.
is the Satanic Kingdom, so it couldn't have been God's nation.
Right.
So
Right.
they just inverted all reality, called it the Holy Nation, called the Vatican the Holy See, called the Pope the Holy Man, the Father, who you're not supposed to call anyone Father but God, right? And then said, there's Father over there and Father over there, call them Father too. And then said, keep the Sabbath day holy. Which day? Saturday for Saturn, Satan, or Sunday for his son, Lucifer, the Antichrist? Which one?
It was actually Saturday that's supposedly the day that's the Sabbath, but they changed it to Sunday because of Constantine. But
And before Christmas, every December 25th, they didn't have Christmas. They had every December 25th, the Roman holiday for Sol Invictus, the sun god. the savior of us all, right? Who's Sol Invictus? Who's Mithras? Who's Horus? Who's all these sun gods? Incarnations of Lucifer, apparently, to deceive us to worship Satanism and go against God, thinking that we're not going against God, we're working for God, because he's God, right? We're not rejecting and disrespecting God going to his churches, huh? And voting for his political puppets and,
Right.
getting their mark of the beast money or whatever. There's a beast on it. I don't know if it's the mark of the beast, but I mean, the beast is apparently Ra or Enki of the Anunnaki, the father god of this world, the dragon, the snake of the Snake Brotherhood, which is before the Illuminati, before the Freemasons, before the Skull and Bones. It's said that the first secret society in existence here is the Brotherhood of the Snake or the Snake Brotherhood, and that was created by apparently Mr. Enki, Satan, Lucifer, whoever his name is, and that's Ptah, that's Osiris, that's Nimrod, or that's the god of Earth.
Right.
So all this stuff adds up, and tinyurl.com/reality exposed is over 5,000 screenshots of research into that and more for anybody that wants it. So you can have an endless amount of truth talks with that and help to change the world right now, guys. You can help to fight the forces of evil, or at least not get caught up in the one way or another catch-22, damned if you don't, damned if you don't scenario. Because if Sananda Kumara comes down here with his Galactic Federation, his Nasara, and his Ashtar Command and tells everybody that he's Jesus some more openly, then everyone's an Antichrist automatically. Because if you worship him and he's the Antichrist, you're an Antichrist worshiper, you Antichrist. And if you don't worship him while people think that he's Christ, or if he is Christ and if you worship him, the people are going to call you Antichrist. And either way, in all ways, you're an Antichrist. In no way, shape, or form are you not getting called an Antichrist or a Satan devil worshiper. It will rip every family apart, every relationship, every nation. The whole world will be thrown into complete chaos and anarchy, all in the name of Jesus Christ and God. Does that sound holy and divine to you?
I love what you say.
Virus.
Yeah, dude. It's awesome.
All out spiritual war. Psychological warfare, a psyop, a clandestine operation to jack our souls. That's what it sounds like.
It's been like that for fucking ages. It's just now they have a little bit more control.
How many harvests of souls have there been, events or judgment days, by these beings? The old people back in the day, they believed that they were weighed. They had to weigh their soul to a feather. And if their soul weighed more than a feather, burn in hell, said the karmic overlords. Or reincarnate, try again in our rigged reality, full of sin that we caused. Let's see if you can make it. Hee.
But they got a bunch of different stuff as far as division within religions and everything else. Like even the word Lucifer, believe it or not, like if you listen to certain sermons, they actually tell you that Lucifer and Satan is not the same person. Lucifer is actually the Antichrist.
Yeah, Lucifer is the son of Satan.
Right, he's the one who's going to bring peace, but his form of peace, but will be war.
Prophesies that Lucifer will be burned first in the lake of fire for all of eternity.
Right.
And all the people that worship Lucifer will join him. So, even if Satan is Satan, let's say he was the God the whole time. And Lucifer's like, screw my dad. Let's say he was Jesus. Let's say he was any of those, the Roman Jesus, right? Not the Christ spirit within us. But let's say he was, he's somebody else. So what are we going to do? If we choose, let's say hypothetically, he's right in a way. In some ways, he's right. That's not the real God either. He's not the real God, but neither is the other one that cast him out, right? It's the demiurge. It's El. It's Saturn. He's not the real God either. It's Brahma, not Brahman, or whoever, Let's just say
Oh,
hypothetically that. If
wait.
you work for Lucifer, you're doomed.
Okay.
If you work for the
Right.
other god, you're probably doomed. Or you're better off working for the other god, not Lucifer, right? If it's prophesized and the majority of the planet is basically forced to go along with Christianity, that Bible, and you know, they're gonna get their heads chopped off and FEMA camps and all this stuff, if that's what's gonna happen, then do you really want to go against the being that has the most power over you?
Well, they can only wage war on flesh and blood. They can't wage war on your spirit. So
Yeah, we got to get out of here. That's what it is. Apparently, we have more power than they do once we get out of our flesh and blood bodies. We can go higher in dimensions and realms or densities than they can go. We're the highest dimensional beings here, apparently. But we're just trapped down here in these lower dimensions thinking that we're not.
I'm literally just starting to fucking wake up as far as like spirituality goes. I don't know if you want to put me on the big screen for this. I have like a little story I want to tell, but
I think you are.
oh, well,
There you go.
but I'm basically saying like oh, watch it.
I'm still here.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It looks like it's going in and out. I think I'm away from the Wi-Fi. Give me a second. But yeah, I'm just starting on it. But there's certain things I've already gotten rid of completely. Like I've taken soda out of my diet. I'm working on getting meat out of my diet, but I haven't got there yet. But I've definitely had a week without it once, which gave me like out of body experiences. Through like meditation. So there's definitely more within than there is without. So
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. That's like the purpose of life is to go within, because the in
Right.
is the out. They inverted everything. You know, they made us think to get out we got to go out, but no, to get out we got to go in.
well, they basically program you from a fucking young age that fucking pleasure is all outside of you. It's not inside of you. So when you finally wake up,
the innermost part of you.
You say what?
The spirit is the innermost part of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the divine aspect of you. It's the God. It's like the God part of you, but you're not God. But you know, you're made
Right.
out of God. Your spirit,
Right,
your soul is made out of God, literally.
Yeah. Which
The same God.
I had a revelation probably like a month or two ago, and I was trying to break it down and try to realize something like in a kind of like a logical state. So I did like a little bit of a meditation, and I realized like if he's omnipotent, right? God's omnipotent, right? And he gave you spirit. What is the closest thing to spirit as far as the elements go? That is all around us.
God.
Yeah, God. So God is basically the atmosphere around us. That's why he can see everything we do.
Ready? Bro, you ready for this? Remember when we talked earlier about how they take the truth, they invert it, and they create two sides against themselves that both go against the truth either way?
Yeah.
And there's something in the Bible that mentions how Jesus or Yeshua was he's whispered three words into somebody's ear, and he said, if I had said them out loud, I would have been stoned to death or something, right?
Right.
And I thought in my head that those words are, we are God. Because, and here's what I think they did. We're not God. God is God. But we're made out of God. Our souls, spirit is God. So what they did was they took that truth and they said, what are you? Are you God or are you the anti-God, Satan? Are you Christ or are you the antichrist? Are you a prophet or are you a false prophet? What are you? What are you? And none of those options are the truth.
Right.
It's a setup, so you lose your soul if you think any of them. Really. They set up the whole world because they are made out of God. But if they think they're not made out of God, that there's something evil, then the false gods will own them, take their souls. And if they think they're too much God, well, they're Antichrist and Satans, thinking that they can be their own God. And the forces of evil own them, take their souls. So it's a double way trap here in a catch-22. And what we need to do is know that truth so we can be set free from it, I think. I think that's what we were being told, that we need to know this information, this knowledge, which is power to help set us free because it's the truth. That's just
Right.
a theory for me.
But no, what I
actually
was
helps
saying,
me, I think.
what I was saying was, I was sitting in my chair. Like, let me get my chair. I'll show you. I was sitting in my chair. My chair. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm not rich, so. But I was sitting in my chair, and I was looking out my window, like my window. Like, yo, tell me why there's a fire escape out my window, right? But I was looking at the window. I was just looking at the window, being still, and like just taking like deep breaths. Dude, I literally felt like I climbed out my window, walked down the steps, and I slid down metal bars. But there's no metal bars out my window. Like, it goes right on top of a roof.
Like you
So-
astral traveled or something?
So I felt like I astral traveled to another building that had fucking metal bars that went to the ground. And I literally slid all the way to the ground with my hands wrapped around. And I fucking ended up waking up feeling like there was fucking red marks from my hands skidding down the fucking metal bars, like bleeding lines on my hands. I really fucking.
I was in college back in the day, and the monkey stuff they used to sell, the fake weed stuff, the incense, the stuff
Yeah.
that kills people, that's bad for you.
Yeah.
Not the stuff they have now. Not
Right.
Delta, the funky monkey shit. Well, I did some of that, and I did it in the bathroom. I didn't give a shit. I figured, because what I would do is I would just take a hit, and I'd hold it in until there's nothing left, so there'd be no smell of it, there'd be nothing,
Right.
and that'd be it. So I could hit it anywhere. So I was just hitting it in the bathroom in school. I didn't give a shit. And then something happened, bro. It was fucking horrible. It was like, God taught me a lesson. I went out of my body or something, and I was trapped in the basement of like a church.
Right.
And like, all the doors, the handles were they were question marks.
Right.
And there was this big red door to get out, and I couldn't get out because there was a big red door and it was blocking me. And I couldn't escape from this basement, and I was just trapped in it. I was trying to open up all the doors and get out, and I just couldn't get out. And then for like mad long, for like a year or more after that, I was trying to find that church because it was in a church, and I think I found it, but I don't think it was the same. It was weird. It looked like that church, but I think I went in the basement. It wasn't the same basement, but it
Right.
had. I was looking for that red door, and it had the red door. But
Right.
it wasn't a question mark. So I don't think it was like real in real life like that or something. But
Yeah.
yo, it was crazy, bro. It was scary. It was scary stuff. Another time I did that, I was I almost died. The last story. I was at my aunt's house, my aunt and uncle, and I did it in my room outside or in the bathroom outside the window or something out of tinfoil. And bro, I couldn't breathe. My whole face went white or blue, whatever. I couldn't breathe. Everything stopped, and I was like, "Oh shit, I can't breathe. I'm dying." Right? And I was freaking out. I was like, fucking drooling, dying, dude, dying, fucking, screaming for help, but I couldn't scream. And then they come up the stairs. They're fucking tweaking out because I'm dying over here because I'm having like an overdose. And they're fucking ready to call the ambulance on me and shit. Something happened, and I just start throwing up. Something happened, like I start breathing, and I just start throwing up in the toilet, bro. And this was like the scariest shit ever. It was like the thoughts in my head. It was like the devil messing with me, or God teaching me a lesson, man. And it was like, this is you now. And it was making me feel like I was one with the toilet. I was one with the pipes, and I was the puke. And I was just, this is what I am now. I'm that, and it was fucking crazy, man. It was like I wasn't a human anymore. I was dead. And this is what I am now. Fucking puking into a toilet and the puke and all this bullshit. Like, it was
Yeah.
the weirdest thing. It was like I was life, and this is what my life was, and I was this, and this is it.
Yeah.
And, like, you're dead now. Like that's what it's saying. And I was like, oh shit. And I ended up living, but I didn't do that. I didn't want to do that shit again. I ended up doing it again, I think, later on in life, but I
Yeah.
did some other stuff, not the same one. But yeah, man, I was scared shitless of that though. After that,
I
yeah,
actually like it. I want more experience.
that sounds
But
bad. I didn't get into the
it
bath
freaked
salt.
me out, but it's like I'm a big fan of horror movies, so like, yo, dude, they're gonna take a little bit more than that to scare me.
I had another one. This one was like Journey to the Center of the Universe or some weird, crazy name shit. And it was the same
Yeah,
kind of shit. It was in this like the aluminum cellophane, little
right.
package. And I hid it in some stranger's apartment. And I kid you not, I was on the ground, backed against the wall. Oh! 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 The whole time.
Yeah,
The whole time. They didn't know what to do with me. It was the weirdest
yeah,
thing. I'm not like that.
yeah.
And another time I did it at Kennedy Plaza in Providence. I was sitting there, we were smoking a blunt, and
Oh,
then
profit?
this
You
freak,
got sold profit? No shit.
I
Cool.
felt like everybody was attacking me. I said something. I was like, "Get away from me" or something, and I like walked away from everybody. Dude, the weirdest
Right.
shit. It is
Yeah.
fucking creepy. It's like a
For sure.
demon took me over or some shit, or they were demons, or like I was scared of them. It didn't
Yeah.
make sense. That shit's bad, bro. That shit's really fucked up.
Yeah. No, I had dreams when I was like younger. I was fucking running away in a dream from a fucking creepy ass fucking demon, and I keep going through doors. But that was when I was younger. So
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the drugs.
I was like 7. I
Said
think when I had that.
they call everything that's a drug something good. It's just part of life. A little caffeine, a little sugar here, a little bit of fluoride, a little vaccine. A little medication for your kids and their ADHD, whatever we dislabel, the problems we cause as. Yeah, those aren't drugs. Those are medications. Those are supplements. Yeah,
Right.
but it's something like DMT, a molecule, not even a drug. The spirit molecule, or 5-MeO of DMT, the
Right.
God molecule in everything, basically, in all of
Right.
us, that's a drug. That's the
Right.
that's the hardest drug on the planet. Don't touch that shit, it will lock you up for life. Yeah, don't do those shrooms.
Right.
Don't touch those, hallucinogens. I think it's because the hallucinogens are the things that unlock your mind. And then now you see through the veil, and now you're a threat to them, and now you can start talking and making more sense than all they do to the people around you. And they don't want that, so they gotta lock your ass up.
Well, the first thing they do is they try to do fucking spellbinding and spellbinding and all sorts of weird shit to you first. They try to turn you into something that you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, they try to give you an option. Then, they'll get you another one.
Yeah.
They want to give you they want to tell you who and what you are and how and why. And there's a prepackaged personality, a prepackaged persona, every one of those paths
Right.
to replace you.
It's crazy. And they got clones.
Yep. And if you ever get out of line, they can mind control you. They can frame you for what they are. They can make you the next fucking Al Qaeda, ISIS, or fucking
Right.
Epstein, whatever they want.
Crazy.
And they'll talk about you for the rest of life, like you're them, and everyone's problem. That's how they do it, guys. How else can you hold down a whole population of billions of people when you live a life of lies and you're fucking evil?
Right. They got people out here basically fucking trying to be scared of fucking death when it's just transference of fucking energy from one existence to another. But it's crazy.
Remember, guys, it's not, and Lil's not the evil one, and Key's not the evil one, aka Satan's not the evil one, Lucifer's not the evil one. But everyone and everything is antinomous and multivalent. And if you try to pick a side, It's like this, guys. Pick the Democratic side and kill all Republicans now and burn them forever in hell. They lose. No, no, no. Pick the Republican side and kill all the Democrats now and burn them forever and ever. They lose.
Have
And
you
we'll
seen?
call ourselves righteous forever and ever.
Have you seen that video of the press conference with Biden where he's got all that red behind him? Or he's got the two, President Biden. He's got the two military guards behind him, and he's got a whole group of people with cell phones out. And there's a guy like to the left of the screen. If you're looking at the video, there's a guy to the left of the screen that's recording Biden. But the video that he's recording, like on the screen of the camera, is like he's up in the fucking rafters. He's not even where he's standing.
So they know it's fake.
Yeah,
Whereas-
so you know it's fake from fucking seeing the camera, the video on the camera. He's like, he's not there, or that person's not standing where they're fucking supposed to be standing.
Oh, so they deep faked it. Or they